Hey Aquarius, and welcome to your October 2017 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky here to give you guys hopefully another amazing reading for your month ahead. And to me, for Aquarius in October, I feel that you are kind of surprised, or I feel that somebody comes in to give you some kind of surprise. Situations that you may have not thought were going in your favor can suddenly become favorable, and things that you kind of expected to be easy and quick can sort of become slow and unexpected. So it's really a month where there's a lot of spontaneity, and it's kind of a month where you're like caught off guard, I feel, as well. There are a lot of changes happening in your finances, lots of changes happening in the way that you relate to other people, as it has been for a while. In fact, I actually feel Aquarius becoming more like relatable, or wanting to relate more with people. I feel that over the last few months you've really had to detach, and you've had to pull back a little bit from how you are experiencing other people. And it feels to me that something in like September has sort of given you solace, or you have kind of become like more easygoing, or more like stress-free. You've done something well to cope during August and September, and now you are sort of seeing life with a different kind of light. I feel that you're very smart during this type of energy, and I feel that you're also very concerned with the way that you're coming off as well. I think that there are a lot of options, and I think that there are a lot of choices. Your energy feels to me very malleable, or very like flexible. It could go in a lot of different directions, so it can be kind of hard to put specific endings and specific predictions into your energy at this time. Although I can say for sure that there are opportunities for new relationships, there are opportunities for spiritual growth as always, and you are able to create a lot more than other signs during this time, as long as you can beware of feeling trapped, or as long as you can avoid situations that keep you still or keep you in one place. Because I do feel that Aquarius's energy needs to be sort of invested in a lot of different places. It feels to me that you need a lot of opportunities and a lot of options right now to feel like you are free. So be careful about really signing into a lot of things that keep you still, or things that guarantee that you're going to be in some place in the future. It's good to stay kind of disconnected relating to your time. But with relationships, it does feel like you can connect more with other people. It feels like you are more relatable right now, for sure. Having said that, there are a lot of things I feel that drain you during this type of energy as well, because you do have Ace of Cups reversed in your reading. So you're feeling like you're giving too much, or you're feeling like you're sort of really being drained, or that people might sort of be using your energy to prop themselves up. It feels like a lot of people are trying to use you as a foundation, or a lot of people are trying to take your hard work and use it for their success. So be careful of like your intellectual property during this time, and be careful of like other people's assets as well. It feels like you can get kind of involved in a weird way with like what people think they deserve from you, what you think that you deserve from other people. It's good to be very clear and very decisive about who gets what out of what kind of situation. It's good to make sure like all of your I's are dotted and all of your T's are crossed relating to like businesses, or relating to any kind of contracts or anything like that. You are going to become more like empathetic this month. You're going to understand more like why people put you through a certain situation, or why you put somebody through a situation. You're going to understand more clearly why you are, why you're feeling the way that you do. Also understanding like what you actually want. That's kind of a big thing for a lot of people right now, is kind of getting past what you think that you wanted, or what sort of supported whatever kind of lifestyle you wanted to live, and actually understanding what it is that you want at a core level. So it'll be good to see Aquarius not holding themselves back, and not using other people's ideas and other people's manifestations as a base for determining your own wants and needs. So yeah, it's kind of a very like macrocosmic month for you. It's not very like internally focused in a weird way. I mean, it is, but Aquarius does like internal things differently than most other signs. You kind of are like a really elevated sign. You're like the second oldest sign of the zodiac. So you kind of have the human perception, but at the same time, you're very universally connected to something that is greater than the human scheme. So you're having like an internal spiritual awakening through something that's a very external, and something that's very beyond you. So it's definitely interesting to see for you guys this month. In the first week, you guys have 10 of Pentacles rooted down by 6 of Wands. So you are definitely becoming more confident about money, or more confident about financial resources. You are potentially being surrounded by a lot of upper echelon people. It can be both of those cards represent like people who are well-to-do or people who have a lot of sway. It definitely feels like networking to me. Maybe you're taking on more wealthy clientele. It's a good time to invest. It's a good time to extend your resources in some way, although I do see potentially like being overextended as well. But it feels to me like that's actually hard for you to do. It would take like almost physical effort to become overextended. So you in the first week can get a new job, or you can get a promotion, or you can start the new business in a way that you never have before. It's also a good week to reinvent the way that you express your inner way of being, because Six of Wands relates to our confidence based on how we express ourselves on the outside. So there's definitely an integration happening for you based on your inner needs versus your outer needs, as we're talking about. But you can also just kind of have more of a high horse type of mentality during this time. You can feel above other people. And in reality, it kind of does seem like you are above other people. It seems like you have sort of lifted into a new echelon of people or experiences or community. And now you kind of see who you used to be, and you realize like, even if the situation felt above you now, like you realize how far above you are from your past. So it's good to see you having that click in the first week. In the second week, that's a really beautiful energy. Again, like a lot of signs have been having like a lot of really tough, difficult energy. So it's really nice to see that Aquarius energy is a bit less affected. Not that you're completely unaffected by some of the more difficult energetic things going on right now, but it seems to me that all the bad things that are potentially happening to you right now, you have like a new way of filtering it. You have like a new way of experiencing it to where it actually kind of gives you power for the future. Again, everybody else's readings are having like the Tower, Death, really dark archetypes, but you not so much. The Lovers rooted down by the Empress. That's beautiful energy. There could be choices, but regardless of which path you take, it seems to sort of lead you to the same place. You're creating, you're fertile, you're abundant, you're manifesting what you need to manifest. And it's like you might see that you have like a lot of options, which is good for Aquarius. Aquarius likes options, but you might be sort of getting really caught off guard and inhibiting yourself in the way that you know that you could do so many different things. So you just kind of stay still because you don't want to make a choice and like actually lock that choice in, you know. But it really seems like you can lock whichever choice in and get to the point, like from point A to point B in a really nice way. So that's really wonderful for you to see. Again, whatever you want to create during this time comes true. So if you find yourself like sort of being in a lower like unconscious place, like if you're wanting to see like bad things happen to other people, or if you're wanting to have like a bad experience yourself, it's really easy for that to happen. So definitely find your intentions and understand like what it is that you actually want, and then it can be really easily put into place during the second week. In the third week, you guys have Ace of Cups reversed, rooted down by the High Priestess. Very watery type of energy. It feels like from all that creative, like solar plexus energy of the second week, you do kind of need some time to recharge. This would be a really good time to like have a spa week or something, or do something that's more relaxing, recharge your batteries. Do something that detoxes you, because Ace of Cups reversed is also a sign that there's like a hormonal imbalance, or like lots of stress hormones, and because you're so drained that your body is like kind of going out of control in what it's creating to sort of de-stress you. So definitely do some specific things during this week that will calm you down, that will make you feel calm, that will make you feel more even-tempered, because the fourth week gives you kind of a little bit more of a difficult energy, but it also feels that you have some kind of spiritual awakening in the third week as well. The High Priestess is about, it does represent the mother, it represents feeling drained relating to the mother. It represents like having to sort of nurture yourself, having to sort of come to a place where you're not relying on another person to give you what you can't give yourself. Definitely becoming more independent for Aquarius, but that's not really hard for you guys, which again is why I feel like you're not having a lot of other dark energy relating to that, because you guys are a very independent sign, very detached in general. And if you're a very emotional Aquarius, that generally tends to come from another place of your chart. So be sure to like check your sun, moon, rising sign. But you definitely become more independent, more cold. You can seem kind of cold to people during this type of energy, but it's not really a bad thing because you just kind of have to prioritize what you need during this time. Otherwise, like the rest of your 2017 gets a little bit weird if you're trying to really work for other people's wants right now. And there is sort of an overlying theme of aggression because you guys have 5 of Wands reversed as your central theme. So there's something like you wanted to call somebody on something, you wanted to make closure, or you wanted to confront somebody about something, but you didn't get to, it feels to me. There's like a lot of confrontation or conflict within you that has not yet been expressed. So that could really be leading to what you're feeling in the 3rd week, feeling very drained, feeling like a fight or flight response, like stress type of feeling. And ultimately you have to come to a spiritual place within yourself, like with the High Priestess there, where you are understanding, does it take an actual outward confrontation for this to feel resolved? Or can I resolve it myself? And I'm not really sure. That's going to depend on you or what kind of person you are. But one way or another, whether you have to confront somebody or whether you let it go yourself, something has to sort of be resolved relating to conflict and confrontation. And I will say, like, when it relates to actually confronting somebody and choosing to reach out or make it more physical, you can run into problems if you have like an expectation of how that will turn out. Now, if it doesn't matter to you how that turns out, it's good to voice how you feel. It's good to let people know how you actually feel. But the problem with that whole idea is just if you get attached to any kind of preconceived notion of the other person reacting in a certain way, that's usually what causes that to sort of become a problem. But if you can sort of detach, as you're so good at doing, from other people's reactions to your authentic truth, then you can have a really nice experience in October of letting people know how things were for you, telling people that they didn't act in a nice way to you. It does feel like there are things that need to be addressed relating to how people treated you at some point in time. So whatever you would like to do to work on that within yourself is great. You don't even necessarily have to confront people. In fact, I think it's a little bit encouraged by your reading to find a new way of coping within yourself, but it's just something that has to be addressed one way or another. So 4th week, you guys have 8 of Swords rooted down by Queen of Cups. One of the reasons that I feel you've not been confronting people or you've been less conflict-oriented is because you feel very trapped by people's reactions, and also you've just sort of formed a new empathetic part of yourself where you can really easily understand why people felt the way that they did. So you kind of get on a different page with everything. You kind of start to, like not be sure if you want to call people out because you understand why they said what they said, but at the same time you realize it wasn't fair to you. So you get kind of like into a Libra mode or into like a really like balance oriented, like, okay, who's right, who's wrong? And you can really find like how you were right and wrong and how they were right and wrong. So you're just kind of feeling like stuck a little bit to me, or you're feeling like pulled into directions by what your opinion is or by what you think is going to happen. And you just have to come to a new place of like letting things go and letting things sort of wash out of you, like detoxing. It is a really good month for your health. You can establish new health routines that really take you far. And you can sort of learn how to have more like empathy for yourself. I feel like that will be really good. It might feel like a little bit of a selfish month for you, or you might feel like you're being a little bit selfish this month because you are a little bit more self-involved than most of the other signs. But I feel that that's precisely the reason why you're not having some of the really deep, dark energies come into your experience, because you're not letting everybody else's reactions and everybody else's problems be determining your experience of reality. So that's definitely a means for congratulations. You've come a long way. I feel that you need to reward yourself this month, and I feel that you need to make sure that your projection of who you are, whether that be in like the way that you dress or the way that you do your job, whatever it may be, make sure that that's what you want it to be. You can get a lot of good karma by focusing on that this month. And a small percentage of you will start a new relationship here or take an existing one to the next level. So also a very like motherly month for you, like where you're really either learning how to nurture yourself or you're very much thinking about old experiences or sort of feeling nostalgic. Again, you have the Empress and the High Priestess in your reading, so anything involving the mother or anything involving anybody in your life who can give to you some kind of nurturing is a good thing to think about and a good place to be as well. Anyway, I so love you guys, and I hope that your month is great. It was kind of light and easy. reading for you this month, which was nice considering how deep everyone else has been. If you're having a difficult experience, make sure you check your moon or rising sign, as I feel it's probably coming from that department more so than your Aquarius energy. And if this reading was helpful for you guys, I really hope you'll get the chance to check out my new Patreon page. The link should be popping up in the center of your screen right now. Through Patreon, you can see my readings with no ads and also have early access to them. I also do monthly drawings for free readings and have lots of fun discussions. So if you are interested, you can be sure and check it out. If you guys would like to book a private reading with me, that link is in the description box. And I hope that you'll get the chance to subscribe to my YouTube channel here now if you want to keep track of the reading process and what all I am putting out. I hope you guys have an amazing October, and I will be seeing you in November. Bye.